I did it! I drew my favorite character for each letter of the alphabet. That is 26 separate speed paints over the course of like 2 years, but I actually kind of did 27 because I did one as a joke. But nobody's counting, right? We've done it. I'm finished. And I'm really excited to share with you my favorite character who starts with the letter Z. Hey guys, today I'm going to be drawing Zelda in her Breath of the Wild, princess outfit. I know she has a couple outfits, but I'm going to be drawing the one that has a very full skirt, and I'm very excited about that because this is my final addition to my alphabetical order series where I drew my favorite character for each letter of the alphabet. We've made it to the letter Z, and I couldn't be more happy because there were times when I thought I was going to give up on this, but after I think 2.5 years almost, I've done it. I'm so excited to be done with this. But I'm also very excited to be drawing Zelda because if you know, last year for April Fools, I drew Zelda with my air quotes and drew Link because it was a joke. But if you want to watch that video, and there's a bit of a joke at the end, like the punchline at the very end. So if you want to check that out, if you haven't seen it, I'll have a link. But yeah, I'm drawing Zelda, and I've been playing a ton of Breath of the Wild lately, mostly because I've been kind of sick, so I've had to find things to do that revolve around staying in a small enclosed area, and playing with my Switch is one of those things. So I've been very, very happy to have that game to keep me company, and yeah, I'm moving right along with those shrines, so I'm having a lot of fun, and I really liked Zelda's blue outfit, the dress one. I like both of them, actually. It's fine. I like all of her outfits. She's just gorgeous. But I really wanted to draw this outfit, but I've realized while drawing it, this is my second sketch layer that you're seeing I'm doing right now. There's a lot of details in this outfit, and I usually use my second sketch layer to try and pinpoint all of the details, because when I do my first sketch layer, it's more about expression and pose, and then your second sketch layer I use to define all the details, because I think when I'm focused too much on all of the details, I get very, very bogged down and my art just looks very stiff. And even though I did follow my own rules here, I'm actually trying to make it like a little flowier. I liked that about it, but I also wanted to draw not flowiness. So does that make any sense? I don't know. But even though I did go through my process of the first sketch layer being super flowy, second sketch layer having all the details, and then the line art, by the time I got to the line art, I think I still lost a lot of the expression in this pose. So I don't know, looking at the final one, which you can't see yet, I don't know, she just seems kind of stiff still. I'm not sure what I would have done differently to fix that. I think it's just so many details, and me not being an entirely experienced artist yet. I mean, I have experience, but I'm not experienced in everything yet. I think I just need to keep doing it more and figure out what works. I'm still in that trial and error stage for this, because at least when I draw traditionally, I usually kind of hold myself back to just sort of sketches or simple colors. But with digital art, I'm a little bit more experienced, so I started, what's that called? When you expand into other areas of the art. So I've started putting a lot more details into things because I feel a little bit more comfortable. So when I'm experimenting and adding a ton of details to things, it's sort of going outside of your comfort zone, and so you're going to be learning new things, and when it's difficult, that probably means you're learning something, or you're using your brain to try and figure out a solution to these problems that you're facing with your art, which is why it was trouble. So yeah, I did have a little trouble with this. I at times kind of wanted to give up because I was like, it's just not working. There's just so much to do still, and it's a struggle. But I think that is usually the best part, because I think it means I'm learning something. So I'm very happy that I stuck through it and finished it. So, and I have a finished illustration to show for it. So that's pretty cool, because whenever I draw something and I don't like the way it's going and I give up on it, you've never seen that art because I don't show it to you. And I never see it again because it never gets saved into an image file. It's just a Photoshop file, which for some reason Windows doesn't give you a preview of Photoshop files, so even if you're like looking through all of your files, you don't even see that picture, and you're like, huh, what's this one that I named Poop? I don't remember drawing a picture and calling it Poop. And you click on it and you're like, oh, that thing. Yeah, that one. And sometimes it's not even as bad as you remember it, but sometimes, yeah, sometimes it is. So, I don't know, sometimes we just go through some phases where the art does not need to be shared. But sometimes we also, I think, are a little too hard on ourselves. So it depends on the moment, depends on the person, depends on the artist, you know, sort of situations. I feel like every situation has a good and a bad, like, aspect to it. And I think it's up to us to try and figure out what we can learn from every situation and try to push down those bad feelings. So yeah, that's usually why I can be positive about certain things that, you know, I feel like are a struggle. And while I'm going through it, I'm probably not in a very good mood, but on the other end of it, I can look back on it and see, you know, the good parts of it. And yeah, so just don't bug me if I'm going through something. Wait till afterwards, then ask me about it. Although sometimes you probably could be a little bit more honest if I thought about it while it was happening. I wonder if when I'm going through some difficult art and it's not turning out, I should just record my audio then. That would be kind of interesting to hear what I have to say about it at the time. Because I can like look back and remember what I was thinking, and all I really remember is that I wanted to sort of give up on this one in the middle of it at some point, because it just felt like there was still so much left that needed to be done because of all the details. So it was a little bit less fun to draw, I guess. I don't know. It's a good question. That'd be a good experiment. Try and pop in and give some commentary maybe in the middle of a drawing would be kind of cool, which is that's actually kind of the way my Scrawler Box unboxings are, because I film the audio in real time, you know, just chop out the boring bits. And so you get to hear some of the struggles I'm facing. And I don't know, I kind of like those videos. Those are some of my favorites to rewatch, you know, watch my old ones. So yeah, that's, I don't know, kind of interesting. I have something to think about for the future. I forgot how long these digital art speed paints are. I feel like I haven't done one in so long. Sheesh. Yeah. Oh, and here I've still kind of stuck to my go-to of always coloring skin first for some reason. I think it just gives life to the character. So yeah, I still do that apparently. I haven't actually drawn digitally in a couple weeks. So it is a little rusty, and that may also be contributing to the stiffness of this illustration. But overall, I really like the way the details look and all of the everything. I also took a few creative liberties for some of the parts that are kind of super detailed. I just didn't like the way they looked in the picture, maybe, so I did them differently, but I think it all turned out good in the end. It looks like her. Like, I think if I showed this to anyone who's ever played the game, they'd know exactly who it is, so that's a plus, right? You may also notice that there are certain parts of this illustration that are colored separately. How do I say this? Well, they're basically a separate layer, so like her crown, instead of having to draw in all the line art, and I wish I had actually done this in more places. I think there are also other places in this drawing that could have benefited from this technique, and that's using the layer styles. So if you use like what's it called? The layer style, which is called stroke, it applies a stroke to anything you draw on. So when I drew the crown, I just have to draw the shape of the crown in white, and then the line art just appears around it, you know? So it's a lot easier for me than drawing in the line art for the crown, because there's those simple, detailed, like intricate shapes that are small. And sometimes when you do the line art, you can just the tiniest little twitch of your wrist and you're already touching the other segment of the line art. So it can be very, very difficult. But using the layer styles and that stroke that I told you about, you just draw the shape of the crown and then the line art sort of just appears around it. And you have that on a separate layer than the line art, so you can actually color it very easily. And yeah, I that's a technique I've been using for a very long time, like for shoelaces and things like that. I wish I had done it here, like there. That's a perfect spot, like the wrist, her like wrist jewelry stuff. I don't know. It's not really, I guess it's a bracelet. It's a very wide bracelet. I really wish I had done it there. That part looks a little meh. Here I am just playing with the colors, and then I added some shading to the blue areas because everything else kind of had shading. Her hair had shading, her skin has a very little shading. It probably needs some more. The white had shading, the gold color had shading. So I needed to add some shading to that blue. And yeah, she has a very pretty design. I really like the color scheme of the blue and the gold and the red. Very regal. It's very Princess Zelda. Although whenever I think of Princess Zelda, I think of her pink and purple not pink, white and purple outfit from Super Smash Brothers. But yeah, here is my finished illustration of Zelda and my final favorite character for the alphabet. If you missed any of the previous 25, this would be the 26th, so yeah, 25 other characters. You can watch, I have a playlist of all of my favorite characters for each letter of the alphabet. And you can see how my art style has changed over that time and different liberties that I took along the way. Anyway, I want to thank you guys for watching. It's been a real blast drawing all these characters and struggling through this challenge, but I did it. It was a long one, but it's over now, and I want to celebrate and eat cake or something, so well, I'm gonna go find something to sink my teeth into. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys all next week, and I hope you have a delicious evening full of waffles. Bye!